The sacred act of listening to YUURSL. Fellow everyone. When was the last time you listened? I mean really listened. Not with your ears, but with your spirit. Not to the news, not to your notifications, not to the echo of expectations or the background buzz of pressure. I mean, when was the last time you listened to the sound of your own soul whispering? That quiet voice, the one that doesn't shout for your attention, but waits patiently in the silence. The one that trembles sometimes, like a child reaching for comfort. The one that rises, bold and glowing, like sunlight spilling through your window when you finally remember who you are. And who are you? You are sacred. Not because you are flawless, but because you exist, because you feel, you break, you mend, you rise. But how often we forget. We forget our own sacredness, forget that we are deserving of kindness, even from ourselves, especially from ourselves. Asterisk, the neglect in the name of you to we rush. We pour out to others like fountains, comforting them, holding them, uplifting them, yet we leave ourselves thirsty. We offer warm words to strangers, but speak to ourselves in tones so cold they would frost over any garden, and then we wonder why the bloom in us is delayed, why we feel so withered, so weary, why we ache without understanding where the pain comes from. That is not love. That is neglect, dressed in the garments of duty. Asterisk, the gentle arrive you all. You and there comes a time, a turning, a sacred pause, when you must stop, when you must lean in, close, closer still. So close that you can hear the breath of your own soul, and in that moment you must speak. Speak to yourself as you would a beloved child, trembling and lost. Speak. To yourself as you would a friend who has carried too much for too long. Speak not to fix, but to hold. It's not to correct, but to comfort. Speak like you were gathering the scattered parts of your own spirit and calling them back home. Asterisk, your inner voice is a BOLDR. The way you speak to yourself shapes the home you live in, not your house. But your heart, your inner voice is not a background character. It is the narrator of your life. And if that narrator is cruel, if that tone is bitter, then even your joy comes tainted with fear. It becomes the invisible thread sewing every decision, every moment, with a quiet sorrow. But if your voice becomes kind, if it becomes patient, if it becomes loving, then everything changes. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you become softer where it matters and stronger where it counts. Asterisk, compassion. VSPRFCTIO. NLS be clear. Self-love does not mean ignoring your flaws. Doesn't mean painting over pain with cheap affirmations. No. Real self-love is choosing compassion over perfection. It is standing in front of the mirror and saying, I see the scars. I see the missteps. And I still choose to love you here. It's not denial. It's devotion. You begin to understand. Your mistakes are not monuments to your shame. They are mile markers on the path of your becoming. You begin to celebrate not just your victories, but your resilience, your effort. Your choice to try again after falling apart. Asterisk, the power of repeated WRDs. The words you speak most often are the ones that take root. Thoughts repeated become beliefs. Beliefs become actions. Actions become the rhythm of your life. So, what song are you singing to yourself? Is it one of hope or harshness, encouragement or condemnation? You may not control what others say about you. You may not control the storms of life. But you can choose what you say when the storm hits, and what you say can either be your shelter or your undoing. Asterisk, becoming your own safe PLE. Imagine this. You stumble, and instead of shame, you hear your voice say, it's okay, I'm still proud of you. You wake up tired, and your voice says, thank you for showing up again. You fail, and your voice whispers, this isn't the end, it's a lesson. That kind of gentleness is not weakness, it is a revolution. A rebellion against every lie that said you have to earn your worth. You don't. You already carry it. like marrow in your bones, like breath in your lungs. Asterisk, asterisk, the invisible STORM. But too many of us, we walk under a storm of our own making. We make a small mistake and immediately shame ourselves. We see a flaw and speak it like a curse. And we do it so automatically that we don't even recognize the violence of our own inner voice. It hides in our posture. It's in the way we avoid the mirror. It's in the way we mute our own brilliance. But just because it is quiet does not mean it is harmless. You cannot bloom in soil cracked by cruelty. Asterisk, asterisk, the shift that changes EVR, white by. But what if the tone changed? What if instead of shame, you chose grace? What if when you looked in the mirror, you saw not failure, but someone still learning? What if your voice became a warm blanket on a cold night instead of another storm cloud? Healing doesn't always come with thunder or applause. Sometimes it comes with a whisper that says, "You are still worthy, even now." Asterisk, asterisk, being your own CIO Moffarts. Sometimes the comfort we crave doesn't come from others. Sometimes the words we long to hear, "I'm proud of you. I see you. You're doing enough," don't come from the outside, and that's okay, because you can learn to speak them to yourself. You can learn to be your own comfort, your own witness, your own safe place. That doesn't mean you don't need people. It just means you no longer abandon yourself when people can't show up. Asterisk, the real definition of strength. We've been taught that strength is found in toughness, but real strength is found in tenderness, in forgiveness, in the quiet voice that says, "You are safe here." Even when everything else feels unsafe, we are not made to be hard. We are made to be whole, and wholeness is not perfection. It is integration. It is loving the mess, holding the shadow, honoring the journey. Asterisk, asterisk, a new language for your life. Try a new language with yourself. Speak with reverence. Speak like your soul is listening, because it is. The tone of your inner voice becomes the tone of your life. Let that tone be soft like morning light, steady like ocean waves, true like your heartbeat. Let your voice be the garden where your soul grows wild and free. Asterisk, asterisk. You are worthy of your own kindness. You've tried shame. You've tried silence. You've tried being hard on yourself. Try kindness. Try holding your own hand in the dark. Try whispering to yourself what you always longed to hear. Try speaking not from fear but from love. Because your voice, the one inside you, is the first home your soul ever knew. Let it be a place of peace. Let it be the first place you heal. Let it be the voice that says, "You are becoming," and that is enough. Asterisk, asterisk. So today, speak to yourself like someone you love, because that is how healing begins. Not in perfection, but in compassion. Not when the world gets quiet, but when you do. You are listening. You are worthy.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.